Welcome guys to Team COG here, coming at you guys here with a post-commentary remote duel. So this is the first remote duel we've actually had on the channel. For those who don't know, my PC broke down, so like the option for me to do like remote duel commentary videos or live remote duels, etc. They fell down to the drain. So if you guys want to help support me facing this giant, go down to the link down below, donate a coffee. And anytime someone donates and technically buys me a coffee, I will shout you out at the beginning of every video. And if you guys want to become permanently at the end of every video, think about hitting that join button down below. That join button will get you into our membership, which gives you awesome discounts, including a better discount. You get 10% off your orders at the Team COG store, which right now, guys, you can get 5% off your orders now just by being a subscriber and a viewer by using code COG5. You guys are just remarkable. Thank you guys so much. We have a new mat's coming out at the very end of the month on Hallows Eve. We will drop a new mat. I was going to do it Halloween Day, but then I was like, might as well not do it on Halloween Day because a lot of people out there will be out with their kids, partying, having a good time. So I don't want people to be out worrying about a mat drop on Halloween Day. But anyway, you got me on the bottom piloting Plunder, and as you guys saw with that polyduality, Flexi on the top piloting Bujin. And Bujin actually gets to use a very powerful card that we have right here called Popper Up. So what Popper Up does for the Bujin strategy is allows you to discard any number of cards from your hand, up to 3 I believe, and then you take 1,000 damage for each that's discarded that's not a Perform Pal. And so yes, you can take up to 3,000 damage, but you draw 3 cards and you empty your cards, or your hand of Bujin cards that activate in the graveyard, so it's super good for the strategy. He's going to actually grab Tenki off that, and Tenki will probably grab him Yamato, and Yamato is just really pivotal to the strategy if you ask me. I mean, it's actually, let's be honest, anybody who's played Bujins knows and understands that Bujins are protect, strap your helmet on, protect Yamato at all cost. So Yamato is going to be normal summoned. In face, he's going to attempt to activate the Yamato. And that will allow him to, I think, add the Black Unicorn, discard the Black Unicorn. I don't know its actual name, so forgive me there. But that I do know that is a honest from the graveyard, and Hair is down there. So Hair actually is like a protection from card battle or any sort of destruction, but it is an activating effect. I believe it's not an instead of, so you can negate that. But he passes it over to me, and I end up open ship shape ship shipping, fusing off ship shape ship shipping, using ship shape ship shipping, sending Redbeard and Whitebeard to get out Liss. And this is where this is really good. I can construct make Redbeard 2, Whitebeard 1, protecting my Whitebeard from resolving. Now, looking back through this duel and looking at it, like maybe, you know, Flexi should have probably got rid of the Liss, because I think the Liss, maybe he didn't know that Liss would be such a problem, but as a just card design, Liss is just totally busted. And so I know that Bujins are practically based off of like the Japanese war gods, so I know they are technically battle gods. So I know, like, not only does he have that Bunjinki one that allows him is like a black honest from the grave, but he probably has a handful of hairs, or at least that's what I'm thinking he might have, and honest. So like I know that it is just straight defend Yamato, and his other 3 set back row kind of scare me because, yeah, I mean, like, let's be honest, like Bujin either draw into more Bujins or they draw into trap cards. So being a little worrisome here, I summon out Golden here. My next step is I think I contemplate on going into Brown to try and force one of the back row by banishing. And hindsight, I think that I go for, like, looking back at that, I do believe that was the correct choice to do. As you guys will see here, I'm thinking about going for a Blackbeard or a Brawn play. Blackbeard would just get me a lot of advantage, but it's, you know, it is what it is my current favorite saying right now. I can special summon one of those, that Bluebeard from my grave thanks to Liss, and that Bluebeard was equipped by, I believe, shipping, which then now, see, like right there I have like a tuner and on-tuner I can synchro into Brawn. I am locked into Plunder, so Brawn is the only option I have to go through, but, you know, you know, this is where I think Brawn should have been what I gone for, but I didn't know what he had. And I don't even end up going for Brawn or Morik for some reason, or Blackbeard. I end up going for Morik. It kind of caught me off guard here. I don't understand why I made Morik. I think I was fearing the battle traps, so I wanted to make sure that if I whacked into Yamato and he dropped like 5 cranes on me, I could like take the damage but still like survive. But I'm not entirely sure why I did that. Now I kind of see it now that I'm sitting here talking. I wanted to get rid of Yamato and just push for a lot of damage because you can't drop cranes unless you have Yamato. And he's going to just go ahead and compulse that. And that's very upsetting. But I guess at the same time, it forced out a compulse, which is not too bad. Now, that's something that Plunders totally lack at the moment, which is a spell and trap negate, like Plunder themed. We do have Adamantipator Risen, and I don't know if I could have gone into that first. I think maybe that would have been a smarter route, but it's, you know, it is what it is for a second time. So I use Golden Hair's effect to pitch a card. I think I pitched Booty from my hand, and then I think I had an emblem in my hand. So then I use the emblem, targeting the Golden Hair, of course, and then emblem's effect, I will destroy emblem, and then I think this is where Blackbeard touches down in this match. I think so. So yes, so emblem tags into Blackbeard, and this is just one of those things where you just kind of, this is like a technical play. My man Flexi will, I believe, judgment here, and I think he would have to judgment on the emblem, which, you know, it doesn't matter if he judgment not the same. I think the only thing that would matter would be that my Blackbeard would still be in my extra deck, but it's okay. So we eat a judgment, and that'd probably be one of my complaints about a lot of these control decks, like in today's format, is you have to play such powerful cards like strikes, warnings, judgments, just to be able to play, because how powerful the certain combo decks are, that you are practically, your life points are just a resource, and that can be very dangerous because these decks are so versatile that they can just practically, you can pay almost judging them like 3 times, and then they can still like, oh, special summon and then combo off, and then you're already down to 2,000 life, which is, you know, barely anything when you compare it to like the ending board of like a Dragon Link board or Infernoble board. But, we're going to swing in for Liss. Liss is going to poke the Yamato. Since Liss negates activations, he can activate during the damage step. Our man Flexi up here is going to, I think, attempt to activate the Black Unicorn. And right there it is, the Black Unicorn is going to be banished. And I believe that is like a pseudo-honest, so it would, Yamato would be gaining my attack. But I am going to respond with Liss and negate that. Because, you know, why not? I mean, I can't afford, I have no, if Liss gets removed, I'm just a sitting duck. And this is where the Bujins could probably potentially spiral out of control, or start to snowball into putting up more aggressive board presence. Like, I'm not too worried about Bujins like swarming the field, but at the response of me negating the Black Unicorn, the battle will go through, and then since Yamato is technically 18, I believe, Liss is 2,000, he would take 200, and instead of Yamato getting destroyed, he banishes the hair. So Yamato sticks around again, and I think that's what I gotta do, is end up having to pass with just a Liss, which is not like awful, considering that Liss can special summon from my hand or spell and trap card zone another Plunder. So I mean, it's not the worst scenario, but I mean, at the same time, I would definitely be a little bit happier if I was able to establish a Brawn or a Morik to keep the spell and trap cards down, or to keep like a Yamato or a Bujin card off the field. So Pod Duality is going to come down once more. He keeps seeing Pod Duality like it's his job. Burial from the Different Dimension, Bujin Crane, and another Pot of Duality. So I think at this point I thought he was going to take the Crane, and, you know, that was going to be definitely upsetting if he did, because I kind of think that I kind of thought like maybe if he took Crane he would have 2 Cranes, and then like I can only stop 1 Crane, and it would just not be well. And I didn't want my Boats in the Gnome to lose to Bujins, even though it would be a honorable loss to some Japanese war gods. But my Pirates on a boat, kind of, you want him to win. But he ends up adding Burial from the Different Dimension, which is also, it's practically the same thing in a way. He's going to be able to return that Bujinki Black Unicorn, which, forgive me guys, I can't remember. It's not Quillen, but it's a dark form of Quillen, and Hair back to the graveyard. So technically he gets to go again, which is really good for his strategy, because But the good thing about Plunder Patrols, I guess, is that though they discard from the hand to negate stuff, they allow you to replenish that. So you are never negging, you are breaking even. And then once you start to snowball into your discards and stuff, like once you get stuff to the graveyard, that's where Plunders start to snowball into outpacing control decks and being able to outgrind the combo decks. But we're going to see nothing. I guess he just decides to pass. I don't think he's going to set anything. I mean, I don't know what he has. He's already activated Burial, so he has the hair and the black Bujin. But before he decides to pass, I just summon the red beard from my spell and trap card zone using lists, because I could tag into another list if I wanted to, because Redbeard is a quick effect during the opponent's turn. I can tag into a ship from my extra deck using an attribute that's in my opponent's field or graveyard. And then if it is sent from the field or hand to the graveyard, it will equip itself. Which previously to all the new support wasn't too important, but now it really is. And I just cannot wait to see what the OCG does with Plunders. I really can't wait to see what we get. But looks like we're going to pitch shipping to summon out the golden hair, and I should be locked into Plunders from that. And Braun's going to touch down, and Braun is just the spell and trap removal. So Morik and Braun are very interesting, because in order for them to be quick effects, you have to have a Plunder Patrol equipped to them, but they're just standard effects if you don't. So, but lucky for me, the Redbeard will equip to the Braun, and I pitch for Braun to target a set, which ends up being Popper Up, and then I get to search for a monster card thanks to Braun. It's actually quite interesting. This deck is kind of like a bootleg, as you think about it. They're pirates, they take chances, they don't really summon properly, except for Braun, and both lists in this sense was summoned properly, but for the most part, their gimmick is to tag out by using one monster, or using Blackbeard to tag out into whatever appropriate ship you need to, or that you have access to, so they kind of bootleg out into the ships instead of summoning them properly, which is quite interesting, that fits the pirate theme. But as we see here, Yamato is standing down alone, but Yamato still, and I repeat, Yamato still has that that black Quillen in the graveyard, which is a battle boost. I decide to, I believe, poke here. He's going to, I believe, attempt to activate the black Quillen. I will negate with Liss, and then he will banish for the hair, and then I just swing in with Braun and do some more damage. But something to do note, Braun gives all of their fiend types an additional 500, which means Liss is actually 25. Now, Yamato should be gone after this, because like I said, Braun can swing in, and as long as he does not have a crane or anything in his hand, I should be good. But that's one thing about Bujins, playing against this deck, you always are swinging in, you always fear you're swinging into something. And I know some people are going to be like, Bujins in 2020, what are you thinking? But Bluebeard here is going to touch down. And I think I hard make, and see, I think that Yamato should be gone, but I don't know if, since we are playing remote duels, I don't know if he heard me through it, but yeah, so okay, never mind. I see what happened now. I ended up pitching Whitebeard for the Braun. Braun searched, Whitebeard summoned, and then the battle went through. I use the list to special the Redbeard with using the Bluebeard that I summoned off of the Whitebeard, and then the Redbeard summoned off a list. I believe I conduct a link summon here into Blackbeard. Blackbeard is really important, even though this is the first time he decided to join the Armada today. So, remember guys, if you guys enjoy this type of stuff, please remember to give this video a like and a subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing is still good for you. So here we go guys, we're going to start into the next game. Yamato being started out here, a set card, and then Yamato, and then Yamato is going to attempt to activate the end phase, and before he transitions in phase, I'm going to drop a effect Veiler. Practically halting his entire turn, and that is extremely good because that means currently right now Yamato is only defended by one, I repeat, by one set card and I don't know what he has in his hand. He could have a plethora of hand traps, And he's going to Judgment the ship shipping, which is perfect on his part. He, like, lists caused such a problem for him last time that he practically has to stop lists from touching down again. But now that Judgment is gone, he's at half life, I can attempt to combo off here. And we are going to normal summon Redbeard, special summon out the Bluebeard, because I control a face-up Plunder. And then we are going to move... We're going to equip, there we go. We're going to equip, banish the ship shipping to end up equipping Emblem of the Plunder Patrol. And then from there we can equip that to Bluebeard, because Bluebeard's kind of useless on field, and go into a list because we have an effect veiler in the graveyard. So no matter what, list is coming out. And then we can even, this is actually quite funny, we then can use List to summon out the Bluebeard that we just equipped, link summon into Blackbeard, and then Redbeard equipped to List again, which is just kind of like remarkable if you think about it. Like two cards got us so much more, really. And Bluebeard's second effect is like you can discard a card and then draw a card. And I don't know how useful that is. I mean, I use it quite a bit, even though I probably shouldn't, but... You know, like, there have been plenty of times I take the gamble and I discard my only Plunder card to hopefully draw into another. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and sometimes I just shouldn't do it. So I'm starting to get a little bit better like that by not using Bluebeard's effect. But it looks like I am going to use Bluebeard's effect, ditching Booty from my hand to draw a card. I think I drew another Booty. To be honest with you, at least I feel like this is the game that I drew a Booty off a Booty. And, so again, right now, we have a Blackbeard, which Blackbeard is remarkable, and we have the... Oh, I think I drew Foolish Beggar Goods, because that's what I'm using to send Shipyard to the graveyard. But right now, we have a Blackbeard and a list that's loaded with that's equipped it. It's just... This is like a prime example, as if you give Plunder Patrol kind of like any room to breathe, it can just start to snowball and snowball and snowball. You practically almost need like 3 different interruptions to kind of stop this deck if they open with the right hand. And here's something very interesting, is that I'm going to be able to bounce back the Redbeard to my hand to activate the Shipyard, maybe. And I can either activate its effect to search, but I don't know if I want to do that yet, or I can just hold out for Blackbeard. Now, currently, List can still negate something, but it can't add anything. And I can't remember if, like, since it does have the option to add, if you can still Ash it or not. But Ash Blossom is... Ooh, Ash Blossom is, like, this deck's #1 bane, because Ash Blossom can stop every form of interaction the deck has, because every ship adds a card and Blackbeard draws a card. So all their effects can be ashed. Except, I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure with List. But List is going to poke in for 300, I believe, and then Blackbeard for 16, which is, you know, 19 altogether. I think that is the correct math. A huge shout out to my man Flexi, kind of late in the video, but he's the one that did all the editing for me since my laptop can't do anything anymore. Bare minimum it can function. So huge shout out to him for taking the time and effort into doing this, allowing me to get the video. So if you guys should check out his channel too. He has a pretty interesting channel as well. So we're just kind of sitting here. We've already removed the Yamato. And I think we kind of are in control of this duel. Something that's very, you know, just bad about Bujins is that, you know, they just haven't had a good amount of support in the last few years. Even though they got Bujin Ashiyama, the Link 2. The Link 2 doesn't really do much for the deck strategy. So Flexi is going to set one mysterious card, and I believe he's going to pass. And before he does that, I'm going to use Blackbeard to tag out into another light monster, which I think will be another list, and draw a card. And this right here, kind of when he sets a card, I'd read, you know, I'm like, okay, he's setting a card. That means like he doesn't have anything, so I need to push for game ASAP. So we draw for turn. And I think this is where you get to see a pretty cool play with White Aura Whale, essentially Moby Dick. Checking the graveyard. I want to make sure I think there's a goal in here. So I pitch a card for Shipyard to add, which I think is the Matey. So the Matey will re-equip to either one of the lists, and then either one of the lists can summon out the Matey. And this is just where the snowball kind of happens. And then like even now, if he had any form of interruption, like if he was holding the Rock, Effect Veiler, I could just, you know, negate it with List. But I'm gonna normal summon the Whitebeard, then special summon the Bluebeard, and then I think we see a Synchro here into White Aura Whale, which will be more than enough to kind of close out the game here, because White Aura Whale will destroy everything, and then currently his life points is at 22, and I have 2, 4, 6, 68 total. Actually, probably more. I have so much more, because Shipyard gives every Plunder Patrol 500 additional attack for every card in the Spell and Trap card zone. So both lists are at 1,000 technically. So I have 3, 6, 8, 88 total. But remote dueling is really fun, guys. I recommend trying it out. I try to remote duel every week. And stay tuned for that remote duel vlog series, which should come up every Monday, if not every other Monday, due to my schedule. But yeah, doing math here, I think I'm just calculating the damage is correct. And it goes away. That was a poor honest. So practically this is all that he wrote here. With your life points open, the gnomes on a boat swing directly in for a attack. Just kidding, we're going to try a flex here to summon out Morik, because why not? I guess I'm kidding. We're not even going to XYZ. We're going to go into black. No, we're going to go into Brawn. There we go. Synchro for Brawn. Gnome flex, but okay. That was a pretty good pun, guys, wasn't it? Gnome flex. Because get it? Because they're gnomes on a boat. But he reveals Bujin Turtle, jokingly saying that it's the Rock. But yeah, guys, that's about it for this duel. Please remember to like and subscribe. Comment what you guys think if you enjoy these post-commentary duel videos. Because if you do, or remote duel videos, if you do, let me know and we'll continue to make them and put them out there for you guys. Check in the description below if you want to help support the channel, and stay tuned for Hallows Eve, where our new playmat will drop. So this is Charles from Team COG, signing out.